So you talked about the science and talked about public schools, and you've talked about the difficulty of applying research or the science in schools because of the multitude of factors that educators must consider. So what does sustainable implementation of research-backed literacy practices look like in the real-world classroom setting?
Yeah, that is the $1,000,000 question, and one that will keep us in a job forever.
Yes.
I think. I really admire schools and educators and all of the people who come together to work really hard to do the best for students. So you said in the intro that I work from a framework of multi-tiered system of supports. One of the things that I've learned from that I've seen in many schools and read a lot in the research of being really effective is having a school-wide leadership team and the specific decisions that that team makes. So having that team, I think, is the key to the sustainability piece that you asked about. And I think about some examples of places that don't have these that don't have the resources to have these teams that can meet regularly and have access to high quality data to look at and have access to ongoing professional learning to help them address issues as they come up. And so I think about a couple of schools that I've worked with in the past where teachers will be interested in an evidence-based curriculum or intervention that they want to implement, and they've gone to a conference or listened to a podcast or had found access to a really, really strong evidence-based interventions, but then getting them into place in their school, it's kind of a one-off thing. They have to ask their curriculum director, hey, I want to buy this intervention. Most of the time, teachers spend their own money out of their own pocket to buy those interventions, which in any other field would be crazy that you would have to spend your own money to buy a tool to do your job. So, and then they're like, well, the curriculum director doesn't know. I don't know if this program is good or not. I'm just taking it off of your word to use it. And then so you have a classroom. They're either using it without, talking to other people in their school, or they are using it and they're having really good effects. But then how do they show that what they're doing is working really well? And how do they was that pathway within the school to get these really effective things spread across the school? So I think one of the mechanisms for that is having a team that understands how to evaluate what's working and what's not working within their school, looking at that data regularly, and really listening to their experts that they have in the school, because we're building more and more expertise within the school building itself. And I think building that expertise within and across the school building, as many people as possible, from teachers to coaches to administrators that have that high level of knowledge. So not just providing professional development and professional learning to teachers, but also the coaches and the administrators that have influence on these decisions. And then having teams. I've seen a lot of places where they'll have teams come to professional learning together, which I think is really powerful.